got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. All that and more coming up next.
The address is 347 Don Shula Drive in honor of the legendary coach. The stadium is Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
The kicker, Tyler Bass, has us ready to start. And off we go from South Florida. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
He spent a lot of time, Mike, over these last couple days speaking to the media, and the thing that jumped out to me was just how confident he was in his team's preparation ahead of today's game. Now, only time will tell or not whether it makes a difference, but if his confidence is any indication of how they're going to perform, this could be a tough team to beat.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Second down and 3. Hill brought in motion. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. And he will go all the way. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Miami. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. Second play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
Jason Sanders on for the point after. It's up and good. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
I think in today's modern NFL, if you had the ability to create a quarterback and all the qualities that come along with it, Josh Allen's at or near the top of the list. And what I mean by that, Mike, is he's big, he's mobile, he can run to escape, but he can also run as a designed option. And then, of course, in the passing game, he can make every throw. He's smart. He elevates those around him. The last piece of the puzzle, can he get over the hump and have that postseason success to really put him in that upper echelon category? So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Allen. To the sideline, looked in by Cooper. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
Now Allen on first down. That is incomplete. Amari Cooper was the man he was looking for, and it'll bring up second down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds. Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Cooper going in motion. On third down, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception. And the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
And that is no good. He missed it. And they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. That's taken in by Achane. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On first down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it'll bring up second down.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
Here's 3rd and 2. Hill brought in motion. They'll try and run it here. It's Achan. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, the Dolphins turn to Jason Sanders with a field goal try. His kick is good. And the Dolphins will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
From the 6, here comes a return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
They teach these defensive ends to rush to the X. The X is the spot where the quarterback stops his drop, and you can see when he hit that back foot, he had nowhere to go, and he's able to bring him down for a big sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, Josh Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
That's taken in by Shakir. And he will be out of bounds on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. We are through 1. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back to South Florida after this. On 4th down, the Bills send out the veteran Sam Martin to punt. Malik Washington deep for Miami. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. And they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. That's to the sideline where he finds Hill. That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Tua going to give it to Achan. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. On first down, Tagovailoa. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
A-check on first down and then some. That's a gain of 18 yards.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's 1st and goal. In motion is Hill. He finds his tight end, that's Smythe. And he will score. Durham Smythe, touchdown Dolphins.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Now Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Dolphins move further out in front. It is now 17-0. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive as they'll begin here with first down. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Once again, it's Cook. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
On third down, it's Josh Allen. And that is incomplete. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it's going to be fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down. Mike, living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Tyreek Hill getting ready for this next drive along with the rest of the Miami offense. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the first half, it hasn't worked. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. It's A.J. Epinesa who gets in to record the sack.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
On the ground is H.A. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down. From the gun, here's Tua. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Bills offense ready to see what they can do. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. In motion, Shakir. On 1st down, it's Allen. That's caught left side by Cooper. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Miami after this. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They motion the slot man left. They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. That's taken in. Keon Coleman.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
2nd and a yard. They go play action now. Here's Allen. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. Allen to his tight end, Kincaid, and the Bills have a 1st down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be brought down.
It's been a rough 1st half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Throwing again. It's Allen. That's hauled in at the 2. To the goal line and in. Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown, Bills. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg. Could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Pass's kick is good. And the Bills are back in this one. It's 17-7. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Dolphins offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. He's going to take a shot down the field. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier. The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
One final throw before the break. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. The Dolphins got some strong play out of their quarterback number 1, Tua Tagovailoa. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Bills offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll do so with 1st and 10. In motion, Shakir. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. Pass complete right side to Kincaid. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Allen going to give it to Cook. And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. That's Bradley Chubb. They're on the stop. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. In motion, Shakir. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Well, you could tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
The Bills bringing on their punting unit. On the return, here's Washington. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Now, Tua and the Miami offense head out for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Man in motion is Berrios. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
That's complete. It's Waddle. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Hill brought in motion. Throwing on third down, Tunga Vailoa. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Bills' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. That's complete to his tight end. It's Dawson Knox. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's over the middle, taken in by Cooper. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. 1st down, Buffalo.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Not a whole lot there as he'll work it down to the 46. Jalen Phillips in on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Off he goes. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Putting the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Cook. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
So now they'll throw it with Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. We'll try and run here with Cook. What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up 1st and goal.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the 3rd quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Here's Cook. And this one blown up. Good surge will drop him. A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
One more time with Cook. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Two plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. From the gun, Josh Allen. And he can only salvage a couple there. Down to the 3. And now it's 4th and goal.
What a nice play defensively. It's always a bit of a challenge. How long do I stay in coverage defending my zone or my man? Or how fast do I come up and pursue a scrambling quarterback? They did a nice job rallying to the ball late. They're able to bring him down to force 4th down.
So now it's Tyler Bass on in a big spot. This to get back to a 1-possession game. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
So the field goal makes it a 1-score game here in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. Over the middle, it's taken in by Waddle. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there, and 3rd down coming up.
He may have trusted his arm strength a little bit too much on that throw. 2 defenders in the area. Work to your check down. Work to an open receiver. I think in this case, he forces that ball, and ultimately, he's lucky he got away with it.
Tua now on 3rd down. He gets that complete to Berrios.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Tua. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
A run up the middle with Achane. Achane, a 1st down, and then some. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
On first down, Tagovailoa. He'll find Mostert out of the backfield.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
They'll run with H. Oh, he coughs up the football. The Bills have got it. Boy, that one hurts, Greg. They had a really nice drive going and moved it halfway down the field, but then fumbled down here in the red zone, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Anytime you put together a drive of this length, Mike, you just want to come away with points. Of course, a touchdown is the main goal, but in this case, to turn the ball over this deep in the red zone is just a brutal turn of events for this offense.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. In motion, it's Waddle. Here's H.N. He's slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. One more time, it's H.N. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8. Third and goal. They'll run with H.N. And he'll get this only down to the 6-yard line. So for the moment, the defense with the stop as we get to 4th down. So here comes Jason Sanders in a big spot. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. So Sanders back out after making the field goal. He sends this one away. Johnson now to return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. The tight end Kincaid in motion. They'll drop to throw. Looking middle, he's got to complete to Coleman. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
He's got a man downfield. It's Shakir. That one good for 29.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
It is 2nd down and 5. Allen going to throw again. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Pass now for the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. In need of a recovery and a quick field goal, here comes the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa making their way back out. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So a win here for the Dolphins. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. They're going to send their fans home quite happy. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Dolphins, home winners here as we say farewell from South Florida.